What is happening, weight loss warriors? You want to know how my week goes in fasting? Find out right after this. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy C-Dub, and I'm back with a video. I think it's interesting to look at how my week goes. What is the difference in it, and what happens day to day. So on my regular work week, Monday morning, I get up at 6:05, and I start on the move. I don't have anything to eat, obviously, and I head to school. I get there about 6:40. At 6:40, I go on a walk. I just start hauling in the school, and I just cruise around the hallways, and I walk till about 7:15, 7:20. And that's generally, I don't know, 3,000 to 3,500 steps. Sometimes maybe a little bit more if I'm really, really hustling and no teachers are stopping me to talk, or no students, wrestlers, all those kind of people that can interrupt you in the hallway. So then my students start coming in at 7:20, and I am stuck behind a computer mode. So I'm sitting for the majority of the rest of the day. I get up every hour, and I just take a small 5-minute, walk down the hallway a little bit. Sometimes I'll just walk into our upper commons and come back to my seat. And, that's just to keep moving, keep my body going every hour. I spend a lot of that time. I use that time to edit videos. I use that time to figure out and plan my wrestling practices, to figure out where we're going to go, to make sure all the traveling information for wrestling's done, all the tournaments, all our future tournaments, running, Ram Rumbles and all that kind of stuff gets done. So I use that time to catch up on other fitness things that are going on in other people's YouTube. So, I get that opportunity to do that kind of work, but I'm also helping kids with grades and helping them with their schoolwork and that kind of stuff too. So I'm balancing those things. And then lunchtime comes around. Lunch is at 12:05 for me, and I get up and I'm moving. I walk for 30 minutes straight. And I generally get another 3,500 steps in there. So I'm anywhere between 7,500 steps. At that point in my day, I might be pushing 8 on a day when I'm really hustling and bustling. So I get back from lunch. It's almost the end of the school day. So I just make it that extra hour and a half. Once that school day, the bell hits, during wrestling season, I'm straight over to wrestling practice. I'm there until 5. Little kids come in twice a week, and I'm there until 8 on those days. Plus, I got matches, so I stay super busy during wrestling season. And the non-wrestling season coming up, now things get a little bit trickier. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be headed over to the weight room, and I'm going to be hitting that weight room up 3 days a week. And that's going to help with a lot of that time. On the days that I don't lift, I'm probably going to go to Colonial Williamsburg and walk. I try to get all of that done so I can get home in time for dinner. And then my wife heads out. She gets home. She takes the kids off the bus. She gets dinner going. And then she heads off to yoga. And then I get the kids completed in all of their night routine and get them ready for bed. And she comes home and we put them to bed. So that's basically kind of how our work week goes. So we are both busy, busy, busy. I mean, she's a school teacher as well. She's teaching classes all the way up until she gets home. She's dealing with the kids. She's off to yoga and then back. So for both of us, that makes fasting really easy. It actually, in a lot of ways, has saved us time and effort and energy. And so it's actually easier to do than not fast. But then you get hit with the dreaded Saturday and Sunday. That changes everything. Again, in wrestling season, I'm busy. I'm at matches. I'm at tournaments, 16 hours, whatever, going on. The boys wrestle on the weekends. So we're just booked solid through the whole winter months. But once we start hitting this time of year and into the spring, now time frees up. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I did tell you I'll probably get home about 5. I would like to get going on maybe a family walk with the boys while she goes to yoga. I think that's a direction I'm going to do this spring. Get some extra steps in there. Try to push that 1,500 to 20,000 mark. But also, I think that when you hit the weekends is where it gets difficult, because you wake up Saturday morning and now you have time. And when there's not a whole lot going on, we'll have swimming going on a little bit later, but there's just not a whole lot of things to do. A rainy day like today, I mean, it's pouring down rain outside. It's been pouring this whole week in Williamsburg. So what are we going to do, you know? If you're going to be around the house all day, the temptation is there to eat, and that makes things difficult. Grinding through the weekend is always the hardest time on your fast. I think that's going to be generally across the board. I think that's why a lot of people you'll see are 5-day-a-week fasters. You know, they fast Monday through, they use intermittent fasting Monday through Friday, and on the weekends they have cheat days, or at least one weekend day they have cheat days. And a lot of that's just pure boredom, and that's why that's why they do that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you're maintaining your weight and you're doing 5 days on, 2 days off, more power to you. Get through that weekend. That weekend's hard. But if I had to give you some advice on what to do, it would be stay as busy as possible. Make sure you're doing your grocery shopping. Make sure you're doing all the checklist of things that you need done on a weekend. Get going, get busy, the honey-do list or whatever. The more you're moving, the less you're thinking about food and less you're thinking about being bored. So that's how my week goes. Hopefully I gave you some advice on how you can kind of figure out how to fit it into your life. It's always going to be harder to fast if you're not busy. So the busier you can be, the better. Start projects, and try to get things done so that you keep your mind moving and you keep busy. Because if you sit down and you turn on the TV, you're going to reach over and grab some food. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Peace.